Roll camera. Rolling.
Well, there are filmmakers, and there is Bharat Bala, sir, who tells stories of India. He gave us Ma Tujhe Salam with A.R. Rahman. And incredible, India was unforgettable because of you. And you turned ads into emotions. It has been 30 years that he has captured the soul of a country. And he has worked with legends, directed global spectacles, and lived in villages where stories are still cooked over chulas. So today we are sitting down with a man who makes India feel like home. One and only, Bharat Bala. How are you, sir?
Thank you. And Vanakkam.
Vanakkam, sir.
Happy to meet the soul of Matunga.
Yeah. Thank you.
By the way, I come from a place called Mylapore.
Right, of course.
So,
of course.
Matunga meets Mylapore.
You're growing up, yours were in Chennai, So tell me more about your school days where, how it was. For me, it was, running first, was going to the Kovil and taking darshanam, and then quickly packing the bag and going, walking to, there'll be one idli kadai, and then that Annachi will give us some seri apparam kasu kodukana, and then we used to run. What was your...
I think it was not Chennai, it was Madras.
Right.
Okay, so we still feel connected to Madras.
Right.
Madras, what happens is your immediate family, which is your mother, she is a kind of a deeply connected, rooted person. So let's say you stay in a place called Mylapore. The Mylapore is the hub of Tam culture. Right. And you have a 1,000-year-old temple, right, okay, called Kabalishwarar. Right. So what happens is there is a daily connect and a routine with the culture and certain practices and festivals. Yeah. So it's like, acha agla kya aane wala hai? What is, because first of all, you get interesting things to eat, and we will just outwardly nibble and get out. But today we feel deep rooted because at that time it was like a ritual.
Right.
Now you get a deeper understanding, you want to engage with it.
Correct.
But as far as food and all is concerned, there was this one classic drive-in Woodlands.
Wow.
Okay. So it's an epic place. It's a beautiful where you drive in the car, right? And they will come and serve whatever the benne dosa type,
right,
and phenomenal idli vada and all that stuff routine. Right. But in staying in Chennai, in Madras, this Jana Batura, the way they say Patura,
right,
yes,
right,
it was very special over there.
Okay.
It's nothing to do with Bature, Chole Bature of what we have here, but it was a part of a gig over there.
Right.
And so the drive-in Woodlands was like a hot spot place. After that, today you have franchises and many things, but that was a destination.
Yeah, that was the OG place.
Original. And then, interestingly, what happens is, in school days,
right,
so our school will take us to some spaces for swimming, sports, activities. But after that, the bus will come and take us to drive-in.
Wow.
So now your parents, family, friends, your routine outing also takes us there.
Right.
And also, it has a fantastic beach. Mumbai is Chowpatty.
Right. Marina Beach.
This is West Coast.
Right.
And the East Coast is Marina Beach. Right. And you go and have what is called as Tenga Manga Shundal.
Right.
It's like happening, man.
Yeah.
And all this still exists. So, you never got out of it, right?
Right.
So, yeah, that was fun.
So what's the difference between when you used to go and have it then and when you go and have it now? What do you feel?
Lifestyle change हो गया है. तब तो हमको बस में जाना पड़ता था या साइकिल दबा के जाना पड़ता था.
Right.
अभी हम गाड़ी में जाते हैं, है ना? But you still have to walk,
right,
put your feet on the sand, have the fun, get the breeze come in. All of that is still the same. Like this morning, okay, I had to come here, so I had to go routine. So there's a 70-year-old hotel called Maris Hotel. So you go there first early in the morning. You don't eat 2 idlis and 1 vada. 1 idli, 1 vada.
Yeah.
Okay. and the chutney has to be getty chutney.
Correct.
So all of that in the morning done before you go to the airport to come all the way to catch you.
Wow.
So I'm fresh with proper traditional idli vada.
Kya baat hai. Before we get into things about your filmmaking, I also want to understand that the place where you born, what actually made you, like, were those the traditional sounds or the memories that you have are something that really made you into who you are?
No, I think very strong influences of cultural sounds. Okay. And so that was very organic. And fortunately, my family, both my father's side, were very into classical music, and they were connoisseurs and celebrated artists.
Wow.
So whether you understand or not, you are now at the periphery of it, receiving it.
Right.
So that kind of organically engaged with you,
Yeah.
and you didn't understand that aspect of classical music at that time,
Right.
but abhi kuch samajh aata hai. And I think what is very unique, which I think is to be observed and celebrated, is the certain traditions for hundreds of years have continued.
Right.
For example, if you take, there is this month called Margari Masa, right? December 15th to Jan 15th, because you'll be oozing out with music,
Right.
art, culture from everywhere.
Yeah.
And that is something very special. And then, like, temples open early in the morning. And around the temple, people just assemble together and have bhajans and kirtans going around.
Right.
It was not ritualistic.
Right.
You feel good about listening to it.
Right.
So I think those have not changed and still exist. That is the beauty.
Right.
That ye nahi ki yaar
Jana
something-
padega.
nahi. You want to go and you want to experience it.
Right.
And I really feel that that is the beauty of, especially across South India, right? The engagement of culture. You're not shy of it. You're not saying, ये नहीं कि मैं कुछ विभूति डाला, बाहर आया तो मैं ऐसे करके नहीं आता हूँ.
Right. Right.
I'm proud of wearing what I am,
Right.
right?
Right.
And there's a certain sense of honesty
Correct.
in your relationship with culture.
Right.
So that I see, whether it is in Tamil Nadu or Kerala, right?
Yeah.
That tradition is a sense of self-esteem, pride,
Yeah.
and there is so much in it. It's not a simple veshti, right? It's not a simple thing. I think if you suddenly analyze it, you see so many things of hygiene coming on it automatically.
Right.
Today, we have this word called intermittent fasting, right? You go to a Tambran house, if you study their way of eating, it's classic intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Today you go to, you spend a lot of money with your nutritionist and they'll say, okay, by sunset you got to, finish your last meal. And, it's given, you now enter into an app and all that. Your grandfathers, great-grandfathers, all by 6 o'clock had finished their last meal.
Yeah.
So somewhere, if we can listen to some simple ideas, they are eternal.
Right.
And physiologically, it helps us to.
Right.
Whether it's the diet, the tradition, and all of that, there is a science to it.
Correct.
I would say, if you go deep dive into our culture and break it down and try to understand practices, I'm not saying religious practices, practices, there is a thorough science to it, which is something, once you today understand it, you respect, now you want to engage with it.
Right. My party also used to tell me that ki nee later on unka kanji na inniki. So it used to be that I have to reach home, I have to eat my food and then probably I go and play. Ratri later on kanji da. So that used to be a thing, and now I understand. As you rightly said, that intermittent fasting. Now I really could connect to it. As a child, what was really fascinating for you, which was it was around the visuals around you or the stories behind them? And was your father's photography your first frame of cinema?
I think I never thought about cinema.
Okay.
Okay, I watched cinema, but never thought that I will be a part of the filmmaking experience. I always wanted to do, my father wanted me to be a doctor and, serve the country, blah, blah, blah. And I couldn't get a medicine seat. I did zoology, didn't go to a film school. But somewhere I imbibed, like I used to love my father's framing in photography, and he always used natural lights. So extremely simple. And this whole thing about an image speaks a lot of, so that concept really came through because they were all photojournalists,
Right.
photo features, because one image has to speak.
Right.
So they will capture in one frame what you want to tell a story.
Wow.
And that was something very inspiring for me. And I think that I imbibed and got educated and really got inspired from him. And they were all unsung heroes. They didn't say, okay, I have to do an exhibition. Nothing of that sort. For them, it was art and job.
Wow.
Okay, काम था उनका.
Wow.
So like he had photographed the freedom struggle. Okay. And so that was very interesting to see how from pre-independence to post-independence, so many things have changed.
Right.
So how he captured that was very interesting. Yeah.
Wow. That's some memory lane.
Yeah, and then he was his circle of friends were all great leaders of this country.
Wow.
So I got an opportunity to connect, and then I was inspired by this whole idea of how selflessly they'd fought for the nation.
Right.
Right. So I didn't have to get civic lessons. I got organic lessons from my father where, like he left home. He comes from a very good family. His father was a, very rich doctor, but he left home at the age of 12 to be a part of the freedom movement.
Right.
Right. So that kind of selfless engagement really inspired. And well-read man. And today we have so many things for us to get everything instantly.
Right.
But finding information and having a knowledge of the world at that time and inspiring me about what's happening in the world was very, very interesting for me. Now, if I look back, like how did he know that? How did he have all the information on that? It was very interesting.
Right.
I think you have to respect that era of people, and that's like today you go, the amount of collections of books they will have
Right.
is something phenomenal.
Right.
And also in our regional literature is very strong.
Right.
Okay, I think especially Tamil, the literature and the writings have been so powerful and inspiring that both art, cinema have all got influence from that, even till date.
Right.
Right.
But I have always seen in when it comes to southern cinema, there is always like people like the great MGR and the Shivaji Ganeshan, people like that. They have made they are the heroes, and then they step into politics. That's like a thing which I've seen, which I don't see in Bollywood or Hindi cinema. That always has been. I really thought about it as ki, okay, they have done and they have gathered their following, and now they want to lead a set of people into what they really feel is this is what we're going to be doing. What do you think about it?
I'm actually I'm also studying all of that as time has passed. But I think there was this movement called Dravidian movement.
Of course.
Right? So, which was a platform for these great artists. And the Dravidian movement was not about a political movement alone, it was a cultural movement. So, which actually shaped what Tamil Nadu is today, right? It's got a strong Dravidian movement. Now, in that, the great celebrities engage, but then please understand the kind of films they will do,
Right.
the kind of roles they will take.
Right.
So you're already showing in that a kind of a Robin Hood,
Right.
right? So it has that systematically in every cinema. You will find you'll find them that hero worship coming together and being a good Samaritan.
Right.
But what is interesting is at that time itself, even without not being in politics, their social and public life was close to what they had portrayed on screen.
Right.
Like for an example, if you take an MGR, he will, even though he was not like saying, okay, I want to become a politician, I want to be a chief minister, he portrayed himself how he was in the screen in his public life and engaged with people like that.
Right.
So he was loved by people both on screen and off screen.
Right.
Right. So that kind of charismatic leadership and also most important is writing.
Correct.
If you look at every song, if you take whether it is Kannadasan, the great Kannadasan, or if you take Wali, each of the songs, even till date, are resonating with people, today's generation.
Yes.
And simplicity of thought and a deep engagement. So it is both for cinema and public life.
Correct.
The thematically.
Wow.
So in that sense, that has served a purpose in shaping them as leaders. I won't call them political leaders. I'll call them as leaders.
Well, now as the word advertising rings a huge bell for you, obviously. It was the 90s when you walked away. And was it really terrifying for you, or that you were leaving something very successful behind? What was happening then?
See, I was hungry for doing ideas, right? And then the kind of choices of advertising films I took were not traditional FMCG films. I was not doing Surf Excel, right? Or Rin or Nirma. I was trying to do all adventurous commercials which will take me to places and people, okay? The landscapes. So that was really fun. And also, it all set up with my very first set of campaign I did. So the inner process for me was think different.
Right.
So my very first set of campaign was the MRF commercials.
Right.
And that gave me a freedom to think different. Imagine Doordarshan, traditionally if you take a Chitrahar, right? Your ads will be 20 seconds, 30 seconds, prime time, right? Now, we brought in a commercial which was 60 seconds, no voiceover, just music and great visuals.
Right.
And just MRF at the end. Just clutter breaker.
Right.
Suddenly it shot up. I have to give the credit to the client who thought different, who engaged with it.
Right.
So MRF was the leader in transforming that new ideas bringing to advertising and marketing.
Wow.
Like, for example, we started in that commercial with a small red flag that will come.
Right.
Now that became a mnemonic, you know. And so they allowed us the freedom. Like I was asked to come up with ideas, and if they liked the storyboard and the treatment, I can make the film.
Right.
I presented 10 ideas, and they approved all the 10.
Wow.
So that kind of bandwidth of films, and most importantly, I would like to stress that for me, when I stepped into advertising and I saw this new opportunity, for me, I wanted to work with the best talent in the world.
Right.
So it didn't matter. See, at that time, the hub of advertising was Bombay. right? Now there were maestros over here, right? So I didn't see any competition. Saw that as an opportunity. I just wanted to have fun and find some new people so that I get to learn and get inspired in the process, and they get to learn and get inspired. So, British cinematographers, people from anywhere in the world, go and do sound design in London, right? So, I could have made more profitable commercials, but I spent all the money in trying to find to collaborate with better artists.
Yeah. Because normally that's not a thought process anymore where people want to like.
नहीं अभी तो पूरा world ही change हो गया अभी तो see today we engage with everybody in the world,
Right.
but I'm saying in 80s
Right.
to do when we also had limitations of gears, like the kind of cameras you use, the lenses we use,
Right.
we had limitation.
Right.
And then post-production was very limited.
Correct.
So there, London was far ahead.
Right.
So we used to go and play with in post-production over there, and also to bring a new sound to advertising, right? And that was very exciting.
Well, let's move on to a game right now. It's a very simple game. It's called the if round, all right, with Bharat Bala, sir. So if South had a sound, what would it be? Okay, I'm giving you options: temple bells, kuttu beats, or monsoon rains.
Today it is Kuttu beats. That is the rhythm. Whether you get a Kuttu paratha or the pare, which is the rocking sound of a sitting, I think Kuttu gives the energy.
Oh,
And it's also Kuttu is folk.
correct.
It's not something today. It's so deep rooted.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also realized that, I mean, when I was very young, I understood when I'd gone to Chennai for a wedding, and then I saw something happen. I was like, there was one guy sitting like a Maharaja with a with a coin on his head, and I didn't understand what was that. And
I know what you're saying.
yeah, because that was a celebration of death.
Yeah.
And that was where Kuttu was like,
This early morning, I was with Shiv Mani.
oh wow.
Okay. You know, Shiv Mani as a kid, used to go to studios where his father used to work, and then used to see what kind of recordings is going on, observed it from a distance, taking food for his father, and through that he saw an opportunity to see what a drum is, and then he became what he is. Yeah. But I remember very well that his father passed away. He is like everything, what he is his inspiration from his father. And that day he took out the percussion and celebrated in the last journey of his father by playing his music. So life is, that's why Kuttu, all of that is a celebration, both interesting. You will get it for birth and death.
Absolutely.
So,
Wow.
all set over there.
If you could collaborate with one South Indian legend, living or gone, who and on what would you?
It's too wide a subject.
Right.
Okay. Now, like, I'm inspired by Subramanya Bharati. Okay. A great poet, fiery poet, courageous person, and very romantic, passionate. So all that ingredients that you want to see today was in him. And he died so young at 34. Okay. So I'd love to have a conversation with him.
Wow.
Or get an opportunity. I'm just saying, if I have to.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So Bala will any day look up to a Bharati.
Wow.
Okay.
Well said, sir.
Obviously, I have one, collaborator, dost, kya kahun pata nahi. We are friends from early days. We studied in the same school. And he did about 100 odd commercials for me before even Roja.
JMan, sir. Roja. Okay.
So, well, the whole night I was recording with him only. But I'm just saying, he and I have had a very interesting Jugalbandi.
Wow.
Where like he understands sensibility wise and a lot of simplicity.
Right.
Like even today we reflect on our times of how we were 40 years ago.
Wow.
Right? And like even when he was in his famous days, right? So, and that drive-in Woodlands was still there, right?
Oh, wow.
So, early morning after his recording sessions around 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, before it opens around 6:30, auto में बैठ के जाएंगे हम
Wow.
अभी भी. So, and then I remember like my early days of advertising work, I'll go to his place. I had a Lambretta scooter. Okay.
Wow.
So I'll put his MC 500 and a small keyboard he had on the on the front page, and then we'll write together, and he'll come set it up in my. I had a small editing setup. He'll set it up, and he'll do soundtracks, compose music, and so all of that early days of every new tool you'll buy, okay, learn from that, whether it is a keyboard or now moving from a 2-track recorder to an 8-track recorder to, all of that.
You've seen everything with him.
Yes. So that is phenomenal.
Right.
And we still, today morning, we were listening to his early days where he had a band.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was listening to his music of his band.
That was very cool at that.
Yeah. And so Shivmani, then the Jojo, all these guys, bass and all of that. That jazz music they jammed with was, you can't find that sound, very difficult. So I said, you got to have session, just bring few people and just jam. Don't worry about anything else. It was magic. Right. And their inspiration were all from, great 60s, 70s music. Right. So, and you had very limited opportunity to listen to music of the world.
Right.
Within that, they're getting inspired and performing. Phenomenal.
Yes. That's really amazing. For the first time I ever met him was like, he was busy with something, and I went, and it was like just 5 minutes, and I went like, sir, and I go, please, and I go later. Oh, okay, Tamil ani okare.
For the extra.
Yeah. So, if you could bottle the scent of South, what would it smell like?
Mallipu.
Wow. Mallipu asam. Kya baat. If one South dish could win an Oscar for storytelling, which one would it?
Dish for storytelling.
Yeah.
என்னையா சொல்ற நீ?
சாப்பாடு.
நானா simple pa. தயிர் சாதம். Universal. Okay, and then this, you can get it anywhere in the world. You can make it happen anywhere.
Right.
And it puts you to sleep well.
Yeah.
And it heals you. And it is nostalgic. It takes you back to your roots. You connect with every moment of your family with that one Tair Sadam.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I traveled outside India, I realized that I have to carry hing. I have to carry my spices with me. So even when I was in Turkey, I told my friends there, I can't eat this no more. I can't do this. I have to make Tair Sadam and eat. So at an Airbnb, we cooked the rice, and then
I'll tell you something interesting about Tair Sadam. So I had John Matheson.
Right.
He's a British cinematographer.
Okay.
Who shot Gladiator.
Wow.
Okay. And he's been Ridley Scott's cinematographer, right? But by the way, he was also my cinematographer. Wow. Okay. So we did a lot of commercials. So he'll come down and it's, the heat of Madras, right? It's really hot. So my amma will make Tair Sadam, put it in an ice box, so that in our shooting, so that, in the middle of the day we have it. And he will eat like this, Tair Sadam. So finally, we met in London, many years later, we just casually, so he will say, hey, take me to a South Indian restaurant. So we go to a high-end South Indian restaurant in Bond Street in central London, and you find a lot of Britishers having, dosas and all with fork and knife. Okay, and here John Matheson will order a Thai sadam and eat like this.
Wow.
So उसको ये वो कहीं से भी आया पता नहीं उसको दही चावल दे दिया हमने.
Yeah.
You know?
If you could dedicate an entire film to one South Indian spice, which one would that be?
Kadi patta. Anything you put, no, finally that kadi patta on that Thai sadam,
Yes.
or in that sambar, or on the top of that vada.
Right.
वो एक finishing touch है.
Right.
ठीक है.
And the smell also.
हाँ.
If there is one ritual in the South that really gives you goosebumps, which one is it?
I don't know. I can't frame it in a very like this is the ritual, but I think the faith of people, and when they come to a temple,
Oh.
right, and bhakti, divinity, you'll find all kinds of people in the temple. Okay, one very orthodox
Yes.
to some people who are such bhakts. Okay, they will come and spontaneously say that shlok or whatever it is, and not bothered about anybody who's coming, going.
Okay.
And this, I find it really fascinating. And all these temples, like that in Mylapore, the temple is also more than 1,000 years old.
Right.
So the inner deity is all, even today, oil lamp.
Right.
So there's no light
or anything.
nothing.
Yes, yes.
And in that atmosphere, you find the most elderly people who are very ritualistic and also orthodox to the young. How that generation is still, there's a sense of continuity.
Correct.
And that, when you observe, you feel that there is something, and only when you immerse yourself, you feel it.
Wow. That's something. When I see a lot of people that you said, and when they pray, and that there is something about them when they stand and pray. Like it's all. It happened to me also. It happened to me when I went to Kashi Vishwanath temple. Okay, I'm in front of the shrine. I'm supposed to say. It's like then this thought hit. Why am I supposed to say some mantra? Because I'm here. Why am I supposed to say that to please him? I just said, what can I tell you? You know everything. And I just walked out and I'm like, just really said that. तुमको तो पहले से पता है मैं क्या ही बोलूं. And that was like, wow. And then I realized that, oh my God, I have always been trying to please and please and please and लेकिन पता है उनको. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
Moving on. Your work has often spotlighted South, so not just the landscape, but legends and lived realities. So, what draws you back to it again and again?
I don't know. There is so much of art.
Right.
Okay, and whether it is music, whether it is emotions. I think there is a difference in emotions between North and South. It could become a debate, but I'm generally saying you can feel it. You can't ignore or run away. If you go to EU, there are about more than 7,000 temples, which are 1,000 plus years old. Every temple, the walls, the sculptures, is not God.
Right.
There's so much of art, civilizational art,
Right.
which is pouring and oozing out from these places. You just have to be there, embrace it.
Correct.
And I think that sense of engagement and continuity is very, very inspiring. You go to Brihadishwara temple in Tanjavur.
Right.
You look at that piece. You can't build an architecture like that today. So it is that how did they do it? What is the art? There is so much of, I keep on saying, Tradition, art, and science are interlinked.
Correct.
We only see it ritualistically, but we don't. If we see it scientifically, we will have a lot more observation and things to learn from them. So I think there is also, I don't know how to express this, but this idea of simplicity. If you take from Kerala to Tamil Nadu, it's more organic in families. Humility is a what do you say, packaged है, right? वो आप बोलते हैं ना ओरिजिनल इक्विपमेंट वही है. तो ये अपना जो वहाँ से जो साउथ से जो ह्यूमन बॉडी आता है उसमें बाय एंड लार्ज ह्यूमिलिटी रहेगा.
Wow. Wow. Okay. From Tayyam in Kerala and Kambala in Karnataka, what are the traditions that you've witnessed and that really deeply moved you?
I think whether it is Yakshagana, whether it is Teyyam, Kathakali, or Tirukuttu, okay, all of them have a very deep significance. And again, a deep commitment, devotion, and it's also each one of them performers are all like a family tradition passed on, right? And how they preserve it, right? They could have gone for new opportunities, but they still continue to devote to their art.
Right.
I'm fascinated with, especially with Teyyam, because that kind of engagement with fire and they don't feel anything is something remarkable. I think all these art forms in the South, whether you take Bharatanatyam to Mohiniyattam to Kuchipudi to everything, there's a certain commonality that you will find. And how they have kept the idea of storytelling through art alive and thriving, and is something to be celebrated.
Absolutely. The Kathakali dance, when, I'm from Palakkad, so they used to be happening there. And so we used to go there, and I was young. I was never understood, like, endu ipdi pandra and, all of that. But then when I went after a point and I was immersed into it, like their moments, of their smallest moments, oh my God, how can... That really moved me, and I was like, wow, I didn't ever observe.
And the initiation takes place at the age of 5 or 6 or 7.
Right.
To learn Kathakali. You don't become a master just like that.
Right.
To get that movement, to have a control of every muscle of your body and eye, it's a life learning.
Right.
So I think that devotion to that art is something phenomenal.
Right. Well, with Virtual Bharat, you've created 1,000 film archive. And what makes you say that, yes, that this one deserves to be told? Any 2 or 3 stories that you really want to talk about, and, you experience this and like, wow, because I saw a footage of one person walking the run of Kutch with a musical instrument. That was phenomenal, and I was like, wow, that is something.
Yeah, I think we growing up, I was told, oh, India is a country with rich culture, rich tradition. Whether it is your grandparents or school teachers or elders, you're always thrusted with that idea, right? But I wanted to feel it. I wanted to see it. I want to hear it. I want to immerse myself in it. So the cinema gave me an opportunity to engage and tell this. So in this current, opportunity of this digital engagement of content that we have, I got excited that we should do something as a legacy project.
Right.
And use your skills and creativity to preserve and celebrate our arts, our stories from every corner of India. So we said we are doing Uncovering Untold Stories of India. And not keep it too long, but just keep it in a way where you tell the soul of a story. So we make every film under 10 minutes. And we make films on art forms, literature, poetry, human stories, music, folklore, everything. And everything is a discovery. So you saw that's a story of Vai, that run of Kutch.
Right.
It's a tradition of music where there are only 4 people left. And the landscape, the hardship, and the, what do you say, the passion and the mohabbat of music over there was phenomenal. Now, if you take Tamil Nadu, even people within Tamil Nadu don't know some many stories.
Right.
So there is a place, in Virtual Bharat, we have done in Kulasekrapattinam. Okay? And every Dashera, it's like a massive Halloween, mother of a Halloween, where men dress up as women. They want to become the Kali. They want to bring out the evil in them. So it's on the 40th day, it's an overnight celebration where about 100,000 people come, and very eclectic it will be. Music, dance, fire, all of that. And we took a simple story of a guy who is a mason, and he says his father is an alcoholic. So he took this mannat that he will become this Kali, and he wanted his father to give up alcohol. Look at a social problem in a house, and the guy submitting to a faith, a tradition,
Right.
and believing that that is going to solve, and commits to it, and he does it. And it tells us that he became the Kali and the father gave up alcohol. So this, it was very, very special. Like that, we have many, many stories, and from Tamil Nadu, Kerala, now Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab, Uttarakhand. For me as a filmmaker, it's exciting. And what I want to do is, and it's not that I'm making this film by myself. For us, it's an opportunity to put young minds, creative minds. So we have young writers, directors, cinematographers, music composers, editors from Assam, Guwahati to Trivandrum, from Goa to Maharashtra.
Your all-time favorite South Indian song?
You know, there's a song which connects with me because in the earlier days in the songs, I know you're asking me a short answer, I'm going to give it. They used to make melody and lyrics in such a way that when you sing, only listen to the tune, you will remember the lyrics.
Right.
If you say the lyrics, you will feel the melody. So there is a Kannadasan song which goes like, வீடு வரை உறவு நீதி வரை மனைவி காடு வரை பிள்ளை கடைசி வரை யாரோ கடைசி வரை யாரோ. Timeless, eternal, philosophical, and it's a song that will touch every home, every family. घर घर की कहानी है.
All right. A cultural memory from South that lives rent-free in your mind?
Cultural. यार इतना है क्या बोलेगा. पोंगल. Because वो 4 दिन का holiday होता है and you taste different types of pongal. You know, we think there's only one pongal there, but there are so many pongals. Right? So, and that is the day, it's like true liberation. From rural Tamil Nadu, you find people congregating to big cities.
Right.
So that's phenomenal to watch.
Right. So for here in Bombay, I think Pongal is celebrated in Southern families also. But when my friends call me from Dharavi, it's on the road where it's Pongalo Pongal.
Yeah.
And it's celebrated so nicely.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Yeah. All right, sir. You have made films in different languages. Is language a bridge for you, or it's like a beautiful challenge? Like you said, I believe that it's a challenge, and you accept it very graciously, and with virtual.
I'm very comfortable with languages.
Okay.
So I'm not saying, okay, I don't know the language, so I don't understand the emotion. I think I should know the language to understand the emotion and nuances. That's very important. But I'm not afraid of languages.
Right.
So, like, before I made Marian, I was not fluent in reading or writing Tamil.
Right.
Writing to chodo, reading. But then I worked hard so that I can read my own script. That was the only reason. And now I can read Tamil.
Wow.
So in that sense, I won't be afraid of languages.
Wow. That's really amazing. But sir, Marian was a great film. I really, the whole concept and acting, you was like that. There's one scene where he's like, he retaliates. And I'm like, oh man, it was just, see, I'm getting goosebumps right now. It was such a scene. It was like,
I think it was my first Tamil film,
right.
and having Dhanush and Parvati in my first film, I think I was well armed with some of the best talent. So in that sense, it was, and of course, I had a great cinematographer. Then I had a French guy, Mark Conix, and then I had Rahman.
I want to talk about your legacy to just not be as a filmmaker, but as someone who has spent decades trying to define Bharat.
I never tried to define Bharat. It can't be defined. You just have to experience it, right? Now, Vande Mataram was one emotion, right? It's not A to Z of Bharat, but it gave me a feeling of what it means to be a Bharat. That's it. So I think I'm not into all this patriotism, pushing all of this, jingoism, nahi. Every film should give a sense of confidence, a sense of love, a sense of responsibility and pride. And if it can tell us, if you can engage in compassion with other Indians, I think that's a bigger, success.
Right.
And what I want to invoke in ordinary Indian through a creative process of these stories of India is in the subconscious, find a love and respect for your society and community.
Wow. That's someone, at least ऐसा अब मेरे को ऐसा लगा कि यार thank God ये कोई कर रहा है.
ऐसे नहीं, बहुत लोग कर रहे हैं. ये क्या है कि मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट कि ये चलो यार एक 10 साल में एक बार नहीं करना चाहिए.
Right.
How you do it consistently, it's not that you celebrate India on 15th August and Jan 26th. I don't believe in it. Right. I think if you want to really celebrate India, celebrate any day.
Right.
Why do you want to be patriotic only 2 days?
Correct.
I mean, be a good citizen any day. Yeah? Follow the rules every day. Be kind to the other person every day. You're a better citizen of the country. That's it.
Right. Okay, so this is called this or that. You have to just say this or that.
Dish or dash.
Dish or dash, yeah. Carnatic concert in Chennai or folk drums in a village festival?
Any day village festival.
Bharatnatyam or Kuchipudi storytelling?
I understand Bharatanatyam, so I have not invested more time in Kuchipudi. So, to be fair,
Okay. Kerala houseboat cruise or Ooty toy train ride?
challenge, tough one, but I'll still go for a houseboat cruise.
Wow. Peseret breakfast or Chettinad chicken dinner?
Peseret trip. Today, protein.
Watching a film at Satyam Cinemas or whistling in a single screen in Guntur?
I think the tamasha of watching a mainstream film in a single screen, whether it is Udayam, Albert, or in Guntur, is far more exciting.
Right. Ilayaraja's melodies or DSP's dance beats?
Raja sir, finna nahi pesareenga, eh? Of course, DSP is also good, but I'm just saying, Raja sir is eternal, boss.
Exploring Hampi ruins or trekking up Tirupati hills?
Hampi, any day.
Temple bells in Madurai or sunrise aarti in Rameshwaram?
Madurai Meenakshi is a big attraction. Okay. Rameshwaram is also. Konjam kashtam pa. I want dish and that.
Okay, mango leaf thali in Andhra or banana leaf feast? Sadhya in Kerala.
Sadhya. Simple.
So, sir, this year you are going to be a part of Southside Story, meeting young film enthusiasts and students, and then are you looking forward to engaging with them? And do you see that this space where your hope to pass on some of your wisdom and insights you have gathered through your remarkable journeys, and what do you like thinking and anticipating?
Any day connecting with young minds is exciting. And I also want to know from Deep South what's the buzz and their, what are they really, or what are they seeking today? And I think more about passing wisdom, it's more about understanding young minds, because that's the biggest, toughest, and very interesting opportunity.
So, sir, with Virtual Bharat now being featured on Red FM's digital platform, how do you see this collaboration helping your vision reach more wider and diverse audience?
So I think Red FM has a phenomenal engagement with its audience, right? And it's an opportunity for Virtual Bharat to reach through Red FM this diverse audience, because, as I said, it's not just South, it's all across. So I think it will be a win-win, and I think the feedback from your audience is critical for us at Virtual Bharat. That will help us shape more creative, exciting, and how audiences are engaging with content and what are they seeking from the content. It's not just about scrolling and passing by. How are they engaging deeper is something that both Red FM and Virtual Bharat can experience and learn from its audiences.
Sir, it was a pleasure meeting you here, and because I know that you stay here.
But you have to travel with me to the locations of Virtual Bharat.
Absolutely.
And do some stories from there.
I don't mind.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
That'll be really exciting for me to. I've learned so much in this conversation. I'm looking forward to learn more from you, sir. And thank you so much. And
It's been a pleasure, and I thank Red FM and its audiences for patiently listening to both of us. And I think I look forward to more conversations. வாங்கோ சீக்கிரம் வாங்கோ.
Yes, sir. நீங்க தான் வரணும்.